Stretching the field. Next gen stats here. So air yards per attempt. In other words, how far is the ball going in the air? Last year, 6.7 yards for Drew Brees. Guys, this year, 5 yards. 5 yards in the air. And I know people at home say, Bucky, well, Mike Thomas isn't there. You're right, Mike Thomas isn't. Mike Thomas, though, isn't a stretch the field guy. He's a valuable piece of this offense, certainly. But can Drew Brees, Bucky, throw downfield anymore?
No. Drew Brees can no longer push the ball down the field. Andrew, and what's happening is Drew Brees is going from being a fastball pitcher to being a knuckleballer. He's Phil Necro right now for the New Orleans Saints. The ball is coming out soft. You put up the stat about the 5 yards, air yards per attempt. It shows up. He's a guy that is living for the check down. And what is happening, the more that the Saints put this on film, the more defenses are going to begin to adjust, and they're going to force the Saints to play in a phone booth. And so even when Michael Thomas returns, he's not a stretch to field guy. Everything that they are able to do is within a 10-yard box. As teams begin to play more man-to-man and begin to double-team Alvin Kamara, we're going to see Drew Brees continue to diminish in front of our eyes. And when you're a 40-year-old quarterback who doesn't really want to take any more shots, you begin to see the stuff that we're seeing on tape from Drew Brees. This is one where Sean Payton is going to have to be at his best to really change and turn around this Saints offense.
Bucky, we've heard for years that Drew Brees has lost the fastball, but somehow he continues to drop passes in here periodically, maybe not as much as he did when he had Robert Meacham and some of those guys 10 years ago chasing it down the field. But without Michael Thomas, teams can scheme against him differently. Yes, Michael Thomas is not a down-the-field guy, but you've got to cover him differently, usually with 2 defenders when he is on the field. So that does allow defenses to scheme them differently, and we saw this last night. So Alvin Kamara was it. We didn't see Taysom Hill. We didn't really see anybody else doing anything. Alvin Kamara was about 175 yards worth of offense in the rush and pass game. Michael Thomas really stirs this drink. And Emmanuel Sanders, he was in uniform. They didn't find a way to utilize him. So maybe that's what Sean Payton was talking about. There were some things that they did not take advantage of. I'm not buying the fact that Drew Brees can't deliver the ball downfield when he has to. It is just the fact that without Michael Thomas on the field, they're being defended differently, and that's causing them to do the check down. Hey, man, Derek Carr didn't throw the ball downfield that much. They checked down. It worked.
Yep.
The Saints can find a way. They just have to get to it real quick. Because more than anything, guys, their energy was bad. It just did not show up. I don't know if it's no fans or whatever, but their energy just did not look good for 4 quarters.
Yeah, I'm with you. Michael Thomas truly does change everything. But the trend last year was there. With Michael Thomas catching 149 balls, Brees was still ranked 30th out of 32 when it came to air yards. And now it just seems even some of those intermediate outs, he just was not hitting. You have Taysom Hill there. I'm not suggesting you bench Drew Brees at all, but you have to wonder as well, if you're going to pay Taysom Hill, do you mix him in a little bit more? And by the way, good Phil Necro, Bucky, he pitched till he was 48, by the way.
I know Steve would appreciate that, having spent some time in Atlanta. I knew he'd appreciate Phil Necro on the Braves.
Yeah, Drew Brees is 43, so if he gets to 48, well done.